D&D.
Season 3, episode
Fighting
10.
legends of yore. You find yourself in Taboo Temple. Inside the vault of the sun and the moon. Just moments before, the gods of the Metsticans presented your friend Halvar with a bow. Now Halvar, his fear must have taken the hold of him, because once he had the bow, he ran away.
Fear, sure.
Right past.
Should be resistance. Stop.
Right out of the entrance. Right out of the entrance. The entrance where you enter. You made it. Yes. You made it to Taboo Island. Before you, right next to the largest rivulet in the city of Broken Islands, is the entrance opened. Who could have opened it? You suspect who could have done it, but you don't know whose blood it is. Did you run inside? Meanwhile, we're not gonna look.
We're not going to everybody's looking on, really.
Yeah, none of us would. No, we're all decent, hardworking. I mean, okay, none of us are that hardworking. Nor decent. Yeah, I've got no pants on underneath there. No thing. I wore pants all week. I was double ducking. It says Ozbone.
Let's look for
Do
some
you
people.
at least
You know.
wrap the towel around when you get in the shower? No, I toweled around my chest. Nothing down
And
there.
you hear also in your head voices. You don't know where they come from. And you hear a message saying, "Take the bow of Makutodnal, hero of the Matstikan people and first ruler of Tanaklan, and use it well in your battle of evil." No.
Yeah, like saying
Against
people. I was like, oh no.
Battle of
Evil people
Yeah.
are killing stuff.
That's the battle of evil.
Running in front of you opens a huge chasm. Meanwhile, you stand in the vault of the sun and the stars. The light around the three statues of Tonatio, Tet, Catlipoca, and Quetzalcoatl disappear.
Oh my god, that riddle was mighty hard to crack. You guys remember when we just cracked that riddle? I do. I feel way more clear-headed now. It would be way easier to crack it in this state, somehow, than it would have been. It would have been when last time when we actually cracked it. No help from anyone.
Well, you rolled well. And no, I thought I was happy. You were good.
I feel like it took us longer than it should have.
Shall we venture on now that the halfling is gone?
You jumped
Well,
over
now they're half-
the
I don't see
pit
you as a halfling
that
now
opened
you're
right
so
after
small.
the entrance,
Probably. Like, how far is it?
like 20
Yeah.
feet.
Oh, yeah.
Single vertical is what I call you.
I'm 4'5".
And
Oh
you
my
stand.
Taller than most dwarves.
Oh, you'll be popular in your village.
My village got burned
You've got
down.
vision, right? You stand in
Yeah.
this
Well,
room.
Must be
And
popular
you
with
hear a
yourself.
horrible smell coming from the north, and you see the remnants of the light coming from far to the south. And
We're going for light.
creatures moving down south.
Oh, like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to sneak down the path.
You could probably
Not light.
hard surfaces, you can probably hear very distorted echoes of conversations.
Okay, I'm gonna try and sneak myself down that black tunnel thing.
Yeah, you can hear someone loudly talking about, I wonder what we can find in this caves to make some new dose of our...
What are we doing?
There's no
7 doses.
there's no
I know
herbs
somebody
down
too.
here.
You brought yours too.
Yeah.
Because my miniatures are not way.
Oh, it will be very useful.
Yeah, some of them.
You run down from
It's neat.
aside the columns. Okay. You sneak down the columns to a square chamber of bare furniture with walls almost entirely covered with friezes that depict processions of ancient priests. It's filled with copper rings on the ground, and there to the sound are people.
Oh, right, tell you, old boy. You should definitely go down into these underpasses. As you're probably quite aware, I do speak Abyssal. Might come in handy down there.
Yeah, you may speak Abyssal, but your Abyssal is Abyssal.
You don't even know Abyssal, so that did not work. Done a fair bit of studying in my day.
We searched this room already?
I rolled a 24
Yes,
for
several
me.
times.
I rolled a 24 for Stone.
Yes.
That's right, yeah. No.
Then,
Oh, trying to access it.
then none of your friends are aware that you are there.
I don't know.
Well, the creatures you see in front of you, you can kind of, in the last glimpses of the light, you can see that there's quite a height difference between some of them.
Not that much.
I mean, yes, no, there's quite a big
How tall are you?
this is the big character right here. I think he's 180 something.
what?
86 maybe.
Wait, what? So I see those familiar faces or?
They're all standing in the middle of a room.
There's
A
man
room
with
with...
a long top hat with big stars on it.
There's, in front of you, you can see, in the last dying light that disappears, a high vault, and inside they are standing. Looking around, there are circles with massive stone balls in them, and statues holding scepters into the middle. And they look like they missed something, or somebody.
Where did that halfling
Did
go?
anyone on my way?
We should know Maggie.
Oh,
No, I never referred to you as a halfling.
No, I was looking.
You didn't see him.
For,
Yes, exactly.
no.
He took the bloody bow with him.
He gave me these sad eyes when I grabbed the bow, and I was like, "Oh, fine, he doesn't have a weapon. I'll give him this magical bow."
Did he put on
And
steal
then he
it,
just
or
runs
did he?
away. He just leaves us here in the middle of this dungeon,
It seemed
taking
like
his
he managed to
magical
steal
bow.
something.
Something's up. He's
It's
been
out of character. He's been. Maybe he's.
I think he's been attacked by a mind flayer.
Yeah, it's been taken over by one of the demons.
Yeah, exactly. This is not. I mean, he's
You can
known
hear
to
us, by the
disappear
way.
from time to
Yeah.
time, but
Yeah.
right after he gets
As do we all. Speaking of which, many people in the party are gone. Great sadness.
it seems like some won't be here for long.
Oh, our party just gets smaller and smaller. Ah. But seriously, should we venture down into these caves?
I'm game.
Well, let's just skedaddle out of here.
So you leave the domed ceiling little part, and you see two ways open up in front of you. The way you came, the room with the columns and the bas reliefs,
All right, there's a corridor down
and
there.
a corridor down to the side.
Hey, Smokebone!
Yes.
Will we go down this corridor? I have my little hand is holding a glowing mark over here.
I walk down the corridor. I put the mirror on the end of one of my daggers and kind of see if I can reflect that and see if there's any light.
No, I'm seriously standing by the way this big light into the corridor.
Yeah.
However, the light does not reach all the way to the end of the corridor. It's quite long.
This must be the servants' quarters.
Where are you?
I'm behind.
Right. One square is 10 feet, by the way. What do you do? What do you do?
I'm hiding and listening.
I say we go down the hallway. Like we checked
Yeah.
we checked the smell and the
Yeah.
stench. We came to the light.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we can go this way, right?
Yeah,
We went this way already. Didn't
no, we haven't gone down any further, which is why I, we would like to. But maybe check out this long corridor first.
I like long, skinny corridors.
Yes, I know. you do.
Check for traps.
Yes.
I think that is probably a good idea. I'll hang back, fellas, while you do what you're best at. I can do that. I'll lean up against the wall.
And that's investigation.
Check out the
Yes.
cool spells,
So, our heroes decide
With
to
advantage, yeah.
take the... You are a halfling? Then with disadvantage if you don't have any light on you.
He said he's shining light down the
Yeah.
hallway.
I mean, I still have my hand, so there's a light shining down the corridor.
So you put a light on him?
Behind, yeah, he's over, like, behind me.
I'm not
I guess
rolling
it's
either.
blind.
Dude. I'm just checking my. This is not my roll yet. I just want to see how my dice are landing today. Cool. Answer that pretty quickly.
I think it's only, the light is only 30 feet though, so it's not.
Don't waste your time.
13. Investigate. We got a 9. I got a 17 on investigate. John.
Did you remain behind or join?
Like in the.
Oh no.
I mean, you are, you can actually see that.
Yes.
60 feet. 60 feet. This, with the light hand, it's only, I think it's only 30. I mean, it's 30.
Check.
Just like light candle or
Yeah. I have a vague memory that it's 30.
20-foot radius and then another dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay, so it's 40 all in all. But, so it's pretty useless. It's probably better to.
I can just describe.
But that wouldn't work well for me looking for traps. To do it in the darkness. At least if the light's over me though, where I go.
Oh,
that's not gonna matter.
I can like
Just have it follow me.
Yeah, but after a while, the hand, that mage hand, can't trip them out. Okay, I'll
Cast it on your.
Or can you cast it on a dagger or something?
I can cast it on your dagger. I'll cast light on your dagger. The light on the hand it goes out, and the light on the dagger is on.
So I hold the dagger up kind of like this.
That's like a torch.
Looking for traps.
Did you roll though?
I did. I told you I rolled a 17.
You do not detect any traps in this corridor. It goes on for a long distance,
It's fine, guys. Come on.
probably
Come on
around
down.
70 feet. And
Right, I'll come a little bit behind you, fellas.
Okay.
and after the
No
corridor,
one's gonna do anything with that. I'll come behind you guys. Okay, no one. Okay.
Just, keep it out of my hair.
Inside.
is that paper covered?
Roughly.
I mean,
give you-
no, we're all looking at an angle. So we can't really see it.
That's You come at the end of a corridor and there's a big door in front of you that leads you into a big hall. Do you look in?
Well, you said there's a door in front of you.
Sorry, a gate, an open gate.
Open it. Yeah, of course I can get it. Might kill me if you magic with your desk, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
So your dagger, its flickering light, allows you to see the vague outlines of a dozen man-sized niches shrouded with thick cobweb that occupy the walls of this chamber. 10 of the 12 niches contain mummified corpses propped up in a standing position. The shriveled bodies wear the rotting garb of ancient Maztecan warriors, their feathered painted shield blasted by decay and obscured by century-old dust. One in the middle is also draped by a mask, earrings, bracelet, pectorals, and other pieces of glittering treasure.
So I would like to investigate that first, and the room in general, to see if there's any traps in this room, and particularly on that corpse that has stuff. Cool.
The west and the east wall are dominated by 4 10-foot-tall bas-relief carvings of Maztecan imperial warriors with ritual mask and feathered cloaks.
Yet another burial.
Have I seen any corpses around while I was like coming in? Like any fights?
No, it's the stench of you.
Could I cast Detect Evil and Good?
Sorry.
I'm slowly following along, still thinking. Like trying to like have a distance like 30 feet probably. At least.
You can cast it.
So for 10 minutes I know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fiend or undead within 30 feet of me. And I also know where the creature is located.
Right now, as you cast the spell, you don't detect any of these creatures within 30 feet of you.
Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
What's that sound?
I rolled 24.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it is.
It's verbal.
Oh, it is. Okay. I was
You're very right.
Yeah, which
He's
was not
trying to whisper to himself.
Lights are going off.
I'm so far away, I don't notice.
Maybe at the end of the thing.
I suppose you can whisper it if you're 30 feet away. You don't have to speak in full volume.
Yeah, I just whispered to myself.
Then roll again.
I guess you'd have to stealth that though.
Ooh,
Still pretty good.
19.
That's none of y'all's passive perception.
That was a 24 before.
No,
Wait.
you have 20 perception
Oh, yeah.
training.
Right, plus 4. So,
But he doesn't.
22.
He,
No, but he's really
he is
far
too
away.
far away.
I'm
Yeah.
too far away. I wouldn't notice, and I'm so distracted by.
And actually, it's a
Volume
22.
stuff.
And it's 22 actually, because it's dexterity plus 4.
Alright.
Okay, stop bragging.
So do I need to? Do I need
For
to?
one thing, we did.
Yes, you can. If you want, then investigate.
I'm gonna move
the
up.
whole.
Nice. I got a 26 to investigate.
I moved.
Okay.
They're 10 feet wide.
To me, it's like a really small corridor.
Do you also move up or?
You walk around the room,
I keep like 30
and
feet
these
away.
look like proper dead.
I'm in.
Still maintains the flesh sunk, but you can still make out the individual gestures and faces. These were human warriors, and they look undisturbed by anything curious.
So important. I can talk to them.
What
You look
I was
looks
just about to say, like,
what
don't you-
looks like a priest in the middle carries
Do you look
an
around?
ancient bronze mask encrusted with lapis lazuli and malachite. In his hand, he carries a golden ritual scepter with a moon-shaped sapphire at the end.
So before you talk to him,
Are you in the room?
Yeah, he walked up to the room. I was actually, I found something for you, but then I remembered you can't raise the dead.
But I can speak.
But I think what I'll do is I'll snag, before you speak with them, snag the valuables. I don't, because they won't be able to remember the stuff of death, right? After they died. So I'll be able to basically.
What's that makes them?
Yes, yeah. So long as it doesn't have some curse thing on it. Can you detect her, like, that sort of stuff?
I'll
it matter?
cast what's it called? Identify. Do I have that anymore?
You should, but
Oh, I do.
you cannot do it from a distance.
So I take
I have to touch it.
I take the mask and the scepter.
Where are you people?
That's a wonderful question.
I'm just asking because he said he wanted to cast Identify, right?
I didn't realize it was touched.
I'm gonna probably put it up, pick up on motivate. Hey,
Turn around, grab my crossbow, pull it out.
Like, I can't see because I'm in the dark.
Oh,
And I am huge.
I'm just say something like celestial and like light glows up on my amulet, probably like, hey. Oh, actually, I'm gonna make like green lights, so green lights is like really weird. So, hey.
Skip, what are you doing here? Oh, Skip. Oh, I think I shit my pants. Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay, guys. It's okay, guys. It's only Sheldon.
Hey.
Jordan.
Sorry for leaving.
Yeah, well, not as sorry as we were.
You better be. What?
Okay. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Well, obviously, we're trying to fight the great evil, you know? We're on the island of Taboo. Something's taken over the island. Heard of it? This rumors down in the village. Okay.
Yeah.
This the same you're doing here? By yourself? You're here by yourself?
Well, I felt bad for leaving, so I tried to get some good karma.
Well, that is honestly very nice of you, because we just lost a member of,
Who died? Wait, anybody died?
No. You remember that little halfling?
Yeah, hold on. Sure.
Yeah.
He's great.
Hey, great guy. But, this is what we're wondering right now. Because we, we met Mystique and Gogs, got a magic bow, and he sort of just disappeared on us.
That's not cool.
Yeah,
Oh, anyway,
no shit.
Who else is here?
Well, good smoke one.
Okay.
Right there in front of you. You should probably.
Hey, buddy.
Dangerous back. And dangerous right there as well.
Oh yeah, Magnus.
Hi.
Hey.
Long time no see.
Sorry about that. Wait, why you all going to kill us? I'm gonna move up. I want to look into the room.
Take over the.
Could you please never do that again?
I'm just like I'm holding the light like right under my chin. So
Feather
like,
capes?
what?
Did you say there was
Come
like
on.
these cloaks made that are feathered?
No, they were rotting garb of ancient,
Like
they have
Shit, yeah.
feathered painted
Scary
shields.
hour.
The soldiers, not the one in the middle carrying the bronze mask and the.
Fine, and I take the bronze mask and the scepter.
All right.
I just take it. And all the gold rings and jewelry.
Roll for initiative then. As soon as you touch the scepter, you hear clicking in the walls.
Oh, fudge.
Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click.
That's good.
5.
There's cats in the wall.
22.
Oh, 20 plus my 21. Rolled well.
I also got 22. You want to roll?
Mm-hmm.
8.
I have a 5.
Who won?
I did.
Very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clicking goes on, and you can now. You must choose one thing you rip off before you hear the clicking start.
Okay. Yeah, the scepter.
As you wriggle the scepter out of this, how do you
I want
do?
to go for the mask. I put the mask on. See if it makes me invisible.
Okay, decision time.
Oh damn! Okay, I take that as.
All right. as you wriggle the scepter out of the cold, dead hands of the mummy, you start to hear a clicking sound, and it gets even louder. You can decide what to do while the clicking is ongoing.
Just take a defensive stance.
Chris,
Mm-hmm.
any creatures in 30 feet of me?
No,
And then it's something like that.
you don't detect anything in your vicinity.
So I take a defensive stance
Mm-hmm.
and prepare myself. So does the scepter look like, I mean, could it be used as a weapon, or is it?
The scepter looks ceremonial. Well, you looked at it before, and it looks like a ceremonial. Very, very worthwhile. Why doesn't it?
Cool. So I put that like in my back or whatever, and then I pull my crossbow, take a defensive stance,
Mm-hmm.
and
Stay where you are.
can I also grab the mask now?
No, you need.
I mean, he's a thief.
No. Then if you use your bonus or whatever you use.
Okay, so I'm saying like use my bonus action to like use an object, which would be then to take that.
Yes.
Use my action as to take the defensive stance.
Yes.
And then I mean
All right. You grab the mask of it too.
Okay.
It is encrusted with lapis lazuli and malachite and wood.
Okay, so I'm completely
Fortune.
confused about this.
I'm with it. Don't argue that.
He's a thief. What? Yeah.
Danger, it's your turn.
I didn't hide or anything. I used my like
You hear a loud clicking in the
If
walls.
you please start running away so I can put your walls. That's being medic. No, sorry, I shouldn't say that.
you can say that in game.
Well, okay,
It's
then
not
I
his
go,
turn.
Because I also don't know what's going on. So you can start hearing it clicking, and I have no idea what's going on. So I can't see.
I yell, brace yourselves!
Run!
Oh, high school fun.
No!
Cast armor third of Agnes on myself. I go blue. And I will stand outside the room.
You stand outside the room. All right. Is that your turn? Then, sorry. The mum.
So I guess smuggle
Smoker boy.
Smuggler.
Bagel.
No, I take like a step in to see what's going on. With so I'm standing on the same. Without. Okay. Take 3 steps. See what's going on, and then I just yell, "Run!" Again. I really can't do anything. And then I run back.
How can you run?
What?
How fast is it?
It's 30, so it's
Yes, 10 foot. Just grab.
I can't. How many are? I can't see. 1, 2, 3, and then I dash here.
Okay.
Run, dash back.
At this moment, the clicking stops, and the doors on both sides slam shut
Oh god. Nobody's in there.
Except for me.
with an enormous bang. The stone doors come to the ground. And you, can you still see something?
Yeah, my dagger's still there.
And you, in the light of your lit dagger, see the bas reliefs at the room ends open their mouths. And a gas
Of course. Keep it to the
coming
channel.
into the room. Gas floods the room, and soon you are engulfed by it. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Awesome. The Constitution's so amazing.
Oh, so with
Last time, I'm not, the helping type, but last time you had a spell cast on you.
Yes, I was thinking about that.
What is the duration of that spell?
I
Does it
don't
require
know.
concentration?
Which one?
I don't think it requires
What spell?
concentration. No, it doesn't.
Protection from poison and disease.
I will look it up.
I knew I had advantage, but it was still on at the end of last game, but I don't know how long it lasts.
Okay, if it's more than a minute,
It's like 10 minutes or an hour.
An hour.
if it's more
an
than
hour.
10 minutes,
1
then it's
hour.
still active. Okay.
1 hour, no concentration.
No concentration. Then you have advantage on it.
Okay, still, Constitution saving throw. I got a 15. Oh.
With advantage?
Oh, saving throw. Yes, so. Yeah, I rolled a 12 and a 13, and the Constitution's +2.
Well, the poison flooding the room takes on your lungs, and you choke. And you take 40 points of poison damage.
40. Damn.
This is a deadly poison.
I'll say. I should let danger talk to me.
That's agreed.
So, well, I mean,
But that's, I mean, like,
Your
I kind of have to.
like, yeah, your kleptomania was gonna kill you.
Exactly. Like this is my character. One of my character's main flaws is that he sees shiny things that he just has to take it, regardless of. I knew probably something was gonna happen, but it's so like, oh, it's pretty, and I think I want to have it, and it's mine.
That is not a flaming dagger, right?
No, it's not a flaming dagger. It's just now
A lich.
a lich dagger.
It's a +1 dagger. But it's a dagger.
Then,
Cool.
then it is your turn.
I'm like, oh fuck! Okay. Maybe I'll turn you into an ant. Do you want to be turned into an ant?
Not really, no. I'm gonna move up to the door, and I'm trying to concentrate and like imagine where Smoking was standing in the room, and then I'm gonna clutch my bead of prayer and I'm gonna try to cast Bless, because it's not specified whether to see the creature or gonna cast Bless on Smokeborn. Yeah, on all three of us except me. So on all three of them. You have 1d4 to any attack or saving throw.
If you okay, put yourself down next to the door then.
Yeah, I put myself down.
And he is within 30 feet. Well, you feel an influx of energy from the outside.
Sort of a mix. I feel very sick, but like slightly better than a second ago.
It's like a ooh. No, it's so sick. When you think you're gonna stop throwing up.
Wait, I think that's an action, probably.
That is an action as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I think that's it. Welcome. Could I, like, not punch it to inflict damage, but like just like punch the door to see how thick it is, how stable it is?
Sure.
But should I roll for attack or anything to
Attack a wall.
I don't know.
You punch into the wall, and it is massive. It is a massive wall, hundreds of pounds of solid stone. And it is your turn.
My turn. What about Goose?
You went up?
He's at his second. Didn't you do
He
it?
didn't go after me. He should have gone.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I have blue armor.
Oh, right. Okay, so I take the scepter and I try to put it back in the hand to see if that does anything. Awesome. Can I investigate to see if there's like I can find some sort
Sorry,
of
you put back the scepter. Yes.
that's my bonus action. And then as my action, I'd like to investigate to see if there's some other trick.
Okay, one question. Did you take the mask?
I did.
Sorry.
Let me put the mask on. See if that does it. Instead of investigating the room.
Mm-hmm.
Does it do that?
You feel like you hear it clicking again.
Okay. I guess that's my action.
You have a bonus action, no?
My bonus action was to put the scepter back to see if that did anything. It didn't, so my action is to put the mask on to see if that does anything. It made more clicking noises.
Oh, I thought you put the mask on the... No.
No.
Put it on yourself?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Okay. That's it. That's all.
That's all right. There's actually nothing there.
Yeah. Do I have to do a Constitution saving throw again?
Not yet. Danger.
Can I use my perception to perceive if there's anything I can do?
Yes.
14.
You try to search the doors, but you cannot see anything in this darkness that helps you. You don't perceive anything.
There's light here. I have light on me.
I have dark.
Okay. You try to find something, but in your haste, you don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
That would help.
That would help.
It's fine. I'm no good. Don't worry.
Can we
Take
hear
your
him?
time.
Can we hear him?
Yes.
We
You
can
can
hear
hear him muffled.
What's going on? I'm dying from gas.
Mexican food, alright. Food.
How much do you
Food. Feed. Yes.
That's it.
All right. Then Mumbledore.
Back away from the door! I'm gonna blow it off! And then I... fuck, that's a stupid idea. Does it seem like in any cracks in this door, like gas is coming out?
Do a perception check.
18 plus... 25. 24. 26. Sorry.
You frantically look for a search, and there you find, in the corner next to the door, a locking mechanism
Oh, fuck.
that took an action.
So what do I roll to...
Do you have anything
Any bonus action?
left?
I have a herbalism kit, that's not good enough. How does this locking mechanism look in general? I'm now thinking of polymorphing myself into an animal that could get into it.
Inside the locking mechanism, you see a little lock, and you perceive something shiny.
Is it big enough for me to like put something in my finger in there or something?
No, because as soon as you try to reach in, you are stopped by the shininess around the lock.
Oh, it's a magic thing. I don't have any key spell skills. Okay, so then I wouldn't be able to get in. Well, then,
You don't have any action left to do it.
no, but I can still move, right?
Yes.
No, I
You moved up.
I moved 30. Okay, no, I can't do anything. Okay, I just go. Oh, there's a lock here. There's a lock, and I can't touch it. It's magic covering it up. God damn
Use
it!
bless. Does it help?
You would have to do another check to see if you can do something
Yeah.
with that magic.
Okay.
I mean, my turn? Or
No. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Bless.
Oh, sleepy time first.
Bless.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I need it first, because I got the next one.
You took half damage last time, right?
You resistant.
Oh, you said I got 40 points of damage, so I
Yeah.
just took 40. I didn't think to take 20 of that. So no, I'll fix that in a second. But I'll use my plus 2.
That's good. That's a lot less.
Yeah. Yeah. 17 plus 2, so 19.
Seems a high number.
Still be half damage.
I do think that mummy poison is probably.
Well, maybe.
But I wouldn't have gotten that. I would have only had a 16. Otherwise.
It's probably check if you like take full force damage of poison or half damage.
Fire resistance, so I take half. Regardless.
Yes, but you would like quarter
Oh, yeah.
resistance.
39 poison damage.
Oh Jesus
So
Christ.
half of it. Yeah. Okay.
So
Oh, so don't even bother what you did to it. Just
Exactly.
reroll one.
I just gotta give myself 1 health point back. Cool.
That was quick. That was like my paycheck.
that's not
Yeah, that's fine.
Not paychecks. Those are these things. I don't even get those.
Yeah, I don't get them.
At the same time, buffing winds go through the room. Make a strength check. Saving throw. Sorry.
It's not only full of poison, it's not full of strong ones.
Oh. Congrats.
The air and gas bonds from the trap.
Strength?
Yes.
Saving throw.
Oh, awesome. So 7 plus 2 is 9.
Yeah.
Minus 1 is 8.
Oh.
You're being blown prone.
Oof.
I love when that happens. Being blown prone.
I mean, standing's also nice too. But
Yeah.
Sometimes it's swallowed.
Yeah. You hear a scream, I guess, when you fall over. I don't know.
I'm like
Depends
a rogue.
on which way you fall.
I'm trained in the art of.
If you fall forward,
being
you hear a
quiet.
Yeah, not like a lot.
Yeah.
You might hear a
So
smack
I
of
see
that.
Mamdorov doing the thing on the line. I'm just going to try to join him and try to jump again myself. Like a picky. I guess. With my key hands.
So it's magical.
Key hands. It is.
What could you? What do you do with it?
Wait, and it's like a shiny thing.
Yeah, it's like a shining force field. But you know, there's magic runes around it.
That's how much. It's another. Okay.
I like puzzles.
Yeah.
Except I don't.
Sure. Maybe I can read it next time.
I mean, I have my key strikes, so I can like punch ghosts and magic stuff. My fists are magic weapons, so I can like push through the barrier with fire. 20, dirty.
Oh, well, with pure dumb luck, you
dumb.
push. No. No, there is actually some celestial in these runes.
Oh.
And you managed to piece together the word for lock. Put your finger on the runes, and the force field around the lock disappears.
Fuck yes. Boom! That was my action, I guess.
Yes.
There's a bonus action, like, it's like a lock and...
Now you see in front of you a lock.
Like where wouldn't the key or...
Yes.
Good thing the person who can pick the lock the best is stuck inside of the room, out away from the lock. You might be able to do this.
Damn it.
You didn't search.
I know. That's why I said there might be one on the other side. I haven't searched.
There might be someone who could turn into a very small animal, crawl into the lock. He doesn't like push the.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like...
Go check and see if there's a lock or a key. You still alive?
My turn.
Unless he does anything
No,
else,
that's
it's
not
his
bad.
turn. Then it's your turn.
I use half my movement speed to stand back up. Then I investigate the room, see if there's anything that might find a way to open these doors.
Do a perception check.
Damage you're not rolling well.
Perception? 14.
And also, is he poisoned?
No.
14.
You frantically run your hands over the bas reliefs. You are sure there must be something, but you cannot find it.
Can I use my bonus action to search again? I guess no, that wouldn't work.
No.
Yeah, no.
Unless you have some item or something that gives you...
that
gives you something.
No, it's like
Or some spell or anything.
No. So
I don't see anything.
I know. That's it. No. But I'll look again. My first pass, I didn't see anything.
Danger.
I'll try to pick that lock.
Alright.
Sleight of hand.
Thieves' tools.
I have those.
And do a dexterity check.
You don't use sleight of hand? I thought that's how you pick one.
No.
What?
Yeah, that's how you pick
That's how I
locks.
pick lock.
It is. Is this a sleight of hand?
No, I looked. Was a good chance to look that all up, and then the player's handbook it also, and in the.
Because how would a rogue take?
Thieves' tools.
I have these tools.
All rogues have thieves'
I have.
And they use them with dexterity checks. And
There's
they
no
have
way
their
to get better at pick lock.
Sure, he has his proficiency on it, or his whatever
But it's the same-
experience,
it would be the
expertise.
same. My sleight of hand would be the same as
Yeah.
my lock
If you
pick.
took sleight of hand, then it's the same.
Yeah.
You can also just take proficiency in thieves' tools. Then you're better with thieves' tools than sleight of hand.
Except in your proficiency involved.
Yeah, my proficiency.
Yeah. Or do you have expertise in anything?
You know,
I do it sleight of hand, so I use that check.
Do you have proficiency in thieves'
it
tools?
tells me.
Yeah, yeah.
And do you have proficiency in sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Then
I'm
the-
expertise at sleight of hand. So I
No,
would
you
use
cannot.
that.
You cannot use that
How do you get better at it then?
by using expertise as a growth areas,
As what?
or
I'm confused.
improving your dexterity.
No, but that's improving your dexterity wouldn't be it. It would have to be. It's. I'm pretty sure it's sleight of hand.
I mean, still,
No.
no, you're using thieves' tools, so it's a true proficiency.
You get
For
better.
once,
Look,
so it's
you
very
get
much-
better at it the same way you get better at skills. You level up, or you take expertise, or you
What
gain
do I put
proficiency.
it into? What skill?
No, it's
Not skill, unless you have proficiency. If you have proficiency,
With a
then
tool.
do a dexterity check with your proficiency.
I'm just confused on how you would level up your lock picking.
Well, how do you level up your sleight of hand? You take proficiency.
Yeah, but lockpick isn't a skill.
It's not a skill. Yes, it's a tool proficiency. Like,
So how do you get better at it? Because you
learn
have to
you
be.
learn to
The
use the
same
tool.
way.
What do you mean? How do you get better at it? I mean, after you have the tool, how do you get better at it?
How do you
You-
get
okay, so
better at a skill? You
You
take
put points
proficiency.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
that's how you get better at a skill. I'm confused.
No.
We're in 5th edition.
That
we
doesn't
don't
make
have points.
sense. I heard a bunch of times it was sleight of hand. Because you have to be able to get better, but whatever.
You get better at this the same.
That doesn't make sense though. Because you can't put skills into it then. Skill points. And the whole point of
You
lockpicking
don't
is
put
you
any
get
skill
there
points.
are no skill points in D&D 5e.
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
Like
but you
the
don't
skills
put-
you choose, that's what I
Okay,
mean.
yeah.
Yeah, but you also choose your proficiency with the tool. the
Good.
same.
So, tool, like, thieves' tools are in the same category as, like, herbalism kit. You can own a herbalism kit, but that does not mean that you're proficient in it yet.
Okay.
And rogues, as a class feature, their expertise also is like, instead of choosing expertise for two skills, they can also choose born skill and thieves' tools.
Yeah, but how do you get better at it? Is what I keep asking.
And we answer.
That doesn't make
make
you
it
better though.
You get better the same you get better at a skill.
When you level up, your proficiency bonus gets better.
Or you take
What's
expertise.
proficiency bonus?
It says on the top of your character sheet.
Yeah.
It should
No,
be
I
your
get.
proficiency
I add
bonus.
the proficiency bonus,
Yeah.
and not
If
my
you-
dex bonus.
Correct.
So,
Both.
Together?
Yeah.
So it's +7. So it's
Yeah.
exactly the same as my sleight of hand.
It ends up being the same.
You're very Ogpop
It
dependent.
is sleight of
dude.
hand then. I bet you it is exactly that.
It is
It's
the
a
same modifier.
proficiency bonus.
it's not, it just adds up to the same thing. The thing is, are you,
That's what that
Yeah,
How-
yeah, exactly. For
okay,
like,
so the thing is
you
good.
have
you own
herbalism,
thieves'
you have
tools?
proficiency bonus plus whatever.
Like, do you have like criminal background?
I don't know.
Because like, we don't know if you're proficient with it, maybe you just bought them.
It should say at the bottom. It should on your thing. It should say when
No.
tools.
Yeah, yeah,
I
he's not
don't.
proficient with
I
it.
just have.
So it's just dexterity, no proficiency.
Yeah, then it's the
And that's
dexterity.
that.
Which would be the same as left.
No, he doesn't have proficiency. That's the thing. He just owns the. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He owns them.
So it's actually less than it's like.
I don't.
Yeah.
What did you roll? What'd you roll though? Let's get this
10.
moving now. Unfortunately, you cannot manage under the stress of your friends screaming. You cannot manage to pick this lock.
Yeah.
This time. Mumbledore.
So I see them like with different.
Sure.
You don't have it.
I
Because it's just stupid papers.
wait a minute, what was it? It was so would skill empowerment, would that work?
On whom?
On the man that's trying to pick the lock.
What does skill empowerment do?
It's
I got the enemy. Dusty. Spell text. I'm pretty sure it would.
temporarily doubles the proficiency bonus.
He's not proficient in this skill.
Yeah, that's
Good. Whose though? What's the range of it?
touch. But so that doesn't work because he doesn't actually know what he's done.
I don't find the spell at all.
It's got hand skill.
Oh, is it from another book than the Player's Handbook?
No, sure.
Don't just go. Okay.
Okay. So
Any options?
let's say
Help.
If no, yeah, true. It's you guys help me.
I mean, that would just give it
Advantage.
But okay, so
How would you help?
do I vaguely know how a lock works?
No.
I vaguely know.
So if I even if I was inside one, being able to push a different distance, that wouldn't help because I don't know what I'm doing.
You could try. You could take his thieves' tools. You don't have any, right?
No, what I'm saying is if
Oh.
I turn myself into an animal, an insect, this is sort of vaguely the size of a lock, and I go in there and I start pushing stuff to align them.
Do you keep your? Does that animal have your intelligence?
Yeah, no, it just has to fuck you right. Okay, I just help it. I'm just give moral supports. You can do this. I give him a back rub, whisper sweet nothings into his ear.
Can it be a little more realistic?
Okay. All right, but maybe if I hold this little pin steady for you, you'll be able to use your nimble fingers for other things.
Smokeborn, you know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Constitution saving throw.
Exactly.
Nat 20 plus 2. So 22.
The poison gas, by the way, gets worse.
Awesome. It's nice knowing you guys.
Not this way. I mean, it's like super makes sense, but
Yeah.
not this way.
Still kind of was hoping it'd be old age.
Yeah. Remove curse. Well, I guess that's not. I mean, move earth, but it's not earth. It's fucking. I should have moved stone a little bit better. And also, I don't have that good.
Well, I'll prepare it. It'll be fine. Just take a long
So,
rest.
before any resistance, 40 points of poison damage.
Awesome.
So 20.
Yeah. Picking it up.
same instance, you feel the gas scrambling your mind and senses. And hallucinations fill your head. You have now disadvantage on intelligence and wisdom checks.
My turn?
No, first his.
Yeah, imagine my prayer beat has been like loading a little bit, as long as my less has been coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just like put a hand over it, the light goes out as I put in the same way, put it on Guza's shoulder, on Deja's shoulder, and give him guidance. So I can add that default to any ability and skill check. Please let that work. And then could I just like check if there's any like gas coming out of the door, any spot anywhere?
Yeah, do a perception check.
Nope. That was a 2 plus maybe 3.
You don't see anything.
Can I smell anything?
No. Smoke one.
So, I use this opportunity to re-investigate. I'll do that in my bonus action.
The fucking chaos line accusation.
I got a nat 20, plus I got a 10 or 8 or something.
It's investigate, it's intelligence thing.
Alright, you have to roll it again.
You actually need to use perception, and you have disadvantage. You'll roll another one.
Come on, high.
10.
Perception. So I got a 20.
Next to the bas relief, you manage to push in a little button, and it pops open, and inside a blue light and a ring of runes.
Can I?
That took an action.
Yeah. That was my action, and then my bonus action would be to like use object and attempt to like open the lock, I guess. Or would that be lock picking?
No, that all would take an action, not a bonus action.
Okay, then that's then my bonus action is to use an object, and that object is my devil's weed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say, guys, I hope this isn't for well, but if it is, it was nice knowing you. I'm gonna need that up. If you don't have anything yet. Random number generator. That's 10. Wow. 4,606.
I just hope this is the one where you get like teleported or some shit.
But then we just see like nothing come from it and we don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Still panicking. You just assume I'm dying back there.
Behind you, the whole damp 10 foot high corridor, very warm, drops in temperature immediately, and you see all the water that condensed on the walls turn into ice.
Oh. That was helpful.
I mean, isn't gas also
I was thinking. So would that turn to liquid?
Yeah.
Depending on the temperature?
That's true.
No, it's water.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm talking about the gas in the room.
Gas.
It's not water.
Oh.
Oh, so it was specific for just water.
Correct.
Would be.
Well, you're very cold now. Precipitous drop in temperature. And danger. It's your
You have
turn.
advantage and you have guidance.
Do this.
What's good?
You add your default.
Name's the blessed.
No,
No,
that's
that's
gone.
just-
Okay.
Nice.
19 plus 2, 21 plus
3.
With a click, the lock unlocks.
Yes. So the door's open.
No, you unlocked.
Awesome.
I push it.
Not unless you have a bonus action or anything that allows you to do that, but it took you an action to open the lock.
But I'm right after.
Well, can you do anything else, or do you want to do anything else? If not, it's your turn.
I get ready to push it.
Okay, use my all the little strength I have to fucking. Oh no
Wait,
no no!
the
It
door
fell.
slammed down,
It
right?
fell.
Put
Okay.
your turn in. I mean, sorry.
Would you say like the strongest animal would lift stuff? Would you say like a gorilla or?
Giant ant.
We're in a corridor. It's like 10
Giant
giant ants.
20 times body weight.
Have we seen a giant ant?
You did that time in the
Can I
mill
roll
room.
if I've seen a giant ant?
You've not seen a giant ant.
You've seen an ant. I can imagine what it looks like
You have
giant.
seen. What do you want to do? You have seen lots of creatures.
I want to turn into a creature that is strong enough to lift this huge
I'll lift the
stone
swords.
door.
Need beer?
You
No,
have
okay.
seen him as a giant ape.
Okay, well, yeah, I was thinking about giant ape, but then I was thinking, is it too big for this corridor?
It's a
huge.
10-foot wide corridor.
Okay, well, I turned into a giant ape because I am willing to turn into a giant ape.
And able.
And it takes an action.
Takes an action. Walk up to the door, turning it into an ape, and I'm standing by the door, ready to lift it.
Nice. Music is abandoning me.
It's a bad
Work, damn it.
millennials. How it's said.
Maybe something with the connection?
Is it, did it say it's connected?
Ja. JB auf Flip 4. Verbunden aktiv. And it just shows a weird. Okay, I will reload. Nice. Yeah.
I guess I can't do it. Well, a minute. Bonus actions interact with an object, right?
No.
No, that's for me.
That's for you.
Cubes.
What is bonus actions?
You don't get one necessarily. You don't
Oh,
have.
no,
It's only like
everyone had bonus
no
actions.
bonus actions are, you know,
Okay,
sometimes
well,
skills
my
or.
action's over.
You have some spells that you can use a bonus action.
Yeah, I think that you're right. Yeah, I can't cast
That's
spells.
my bonus action.
I can
My inspiration.
can do almost anything other than take a direct second action.
And with that, you must roll a Constitution saving throw.
By the way, I would have been dead by now.
Oh, me too. That would have marked.
14.
I would have died on the first cast.
So wait, with the last one, did I passed, right? But I still took damage. So it should have been. I took 20, but it should have been only 10 points.
Why?
Since I have resistance, right? And I take half.
You take half of half, yes.
Yeah, so it should have been 10 points. Okay, cool. Okay. Still not great, but still.
Is there any chance you get violence?
I failed this one though, right?
Yeah.
So it's only half.
Like, the thing is, we still have some turns. Like, even if we got unconscious,
Yeah.
we still have at least one more turn.
Yeah.
The poison gets stronger.
I mean, right now,
forever.
Use it or lose it, mister.
So, yep.
I'm not gonna have more
No, you don't have
modules.
to press anything. Just
You kids play
the
down.
vertical runner. Fine, you see where the hole is. Just open it.
You failed your
Long,
check.
slow, 6.
So before resistance, 54 points of poison damage.
54.
Before.
And then half.
Yeah. So then 45 plus 2 is 27.
Please.
I'm down. No, I'm still up. I was at 33. So. Yes! Come on! 33 minus 27 would be 6.
The gas continues to be hallucinogenic. You still have disadvantage on intelligence and wisdom saving throws.
It's like bad gas. Oh, kind of want to hit it. Gas it.
I'm just ready at the door, trying to have the giant ape that I know is my friend Mumbledore. And yeah, it's already in action to.
Alright. Smokeborn, you're inside. How do you feel?
I feel butterflies, and I attempt to. I don't know, is that picking a lock? What is that? The
What you
thing?
see is a lock surrounded by a force field.
A butterfly.
Yeah. And around it are runes, glowing runes.
Cutting blue butterflies and rainbows. And so this is lockpicking, correct?
No, because you cannot access the lock yet.
The rune pushing. So what would this be? Arcana? Yes.
Disadvantage.
Oh, right. With disadvantage, I forgot. Oh, that was a 1.
Oh,
That was gone.
I think it's between 16 and 1. I think it's with disadvantage, just 1, right?
No, I get to reroll once.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot you get to reroll. That's gotta be the left point.
No, but last time we figured out you can only reroll once. That's just very good.
Yeah.
1 once. Okay. Second roll. Come on. High number.
16.
Awesome.
16 or 16?
Yes, 16 plus.
This doesn't matter, but it's fun that he's rolling well.
20.
You figure out that there's a certain sequence to these runes. They feel like a language that you've used before to break in somewhere. Probably on this island. In any case, even in your hallucinogenic state, you push the correct runes and the force field disappears.
Ladybug. Ooh, oh, the force field went away. Where are my butterflies? Oh, I can pick a lock. This is also disadvantage?
Is it your bonus action?
Dexterity.
Look at this.
Is it based on intelligence or wisdom?
No, yes, it's the
Then no.
Sweet.
That's a true D&D character right there.
10 plus 10, 20.
Just enough.
Sweet. Aha.
Click. The door was already open.
I guess because I'm like hallucinating.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
It makes click, but yeah, the door was already opened.
Didn't second, it doesn't do anything.
No.
Yeah.
It's double open.
Then I move towards the door.
All right.
It's open.
It'd be funny if you like triggered it backwards because you're opening it and relocked it off.
It totally would make sense. Given
Three
that it's,
Stooges.
Like, hallucinogenic state. Like,
Wait, let's not give him ideas.
I know how to pick locks.
No.
We're like open, you're like close.
It's your turn.
Oh, he knows how to pick locks and it's a big salmon.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna try to lift the door, but you're a gorilla, so I'll drop to lowest initiative
You just.
because I want him to go before.
Then you drop what? Behind him or to the lowest?
It's gotta be lower.
Yeah, didn't you say it has to be lowest?
Uh,
I'll go behind
I guess.
him if I can. If you want to, I'm just. Yeah, I'd go behind him.
Because I think that
You can
they
drop
changed
your
that.
initiative. That's what it is. Dropping. So at the bottom.
Why did?
At the bottom.
Yeah. My friend.
Okay, with a
I'm
ape's
helping.
yell, I try to lift the door.
Do an athletics check.
With advantage.
+6.
They don't,
+6.
+2.
If you don't have
Plus
that,
6.
if you don't have that skill,
Oh,
then
plus
it's just
9
your strength
athletics.
check.
Athletics
We have
plus
it-
9.
We have it right here, giant A, +9 athletics.
I got it loaded
excited
up.
about this. Yep, athletics +9.
Yeah, we have it right here. An advantage.
20, nat 20.
Oh,
Don't even need the
nice.
advantage.
Don't even need that advantage. You leave that advantage for you.
This is a
That
one
advantage is all you.
Advantage is
Just-
gone.
That's why we
With like with it one finger.
The ape with his yell moves the door up. As he moves it up, the gas begins to flow from the chamber into your direction. You're still inside it.
Yeah.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes. 11. I'm about to die. I'm like,
Falling conscious.
yeah. I guess I'm still over here. I could have. No,
You moved up to the door. You
yeah,
said
that's
you
right.
moved
I
up to the
did.
door.
I did. I said.
The poison gets ever worse.
We've been in a lot of battles, but this one has been the most exciting because it actually feels like fighting.
That was me in the fucking Underdark.
Okay.
The fucking
Yeah.
poison thingies.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna die last game too. When I literally, I got shot in the neck for 78 points of damage.
Yeah.
That nearly dropped me in one hit. I mean, thankfully I had 82, and that was the only time I got shot. Still.
69 points.
62 points of poison damage.
Half resistance.
So 31.
Yeah,
You're
well,
unconscious.
yeah,
You're
exactly.
0.
I was at 6, so I'm at basically 0. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it my turn?
Not yet. At this point, smoke fills the room. Visibility is reduced to 1 foot. And it's your turn.
But the door opened. I saw smoke was right
The
before.
door is open and stays open. The gate.
Oh,
My point is,
even when I release it, it was gone.
yeah, I remember where Smoker was. I'm gonna rush in, put him over my shoulder, and step of the wind, dash the fuck out of there.
Nice.
Do a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, that is the one problem I had. That's fine. Ooh,
Nice.
20. Dirty.
Dirty 20.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
is that natural?
passed. That means the same that I rolled for him.
What?
Well, it's the same round. It's the same poison.
It's
So
a nice high
how much
number.
was that?
62.
Half. Because I. 20.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all are gonna get carried out here by a big old ape. Saying.
I'm already at fucking lower than half life from
Okay,
the other
yeah. So
poison from when
I run in, I pick him up. That's 10 feet of movement. Or like, we were both right at the door, so probably like 5 feet of movement. I pick him up. Then it's like half movement for me to run away. So we're 20 feet out of the room. Normal movement.
I've got other pens.
Then
You
I'm
want the
Wait a
government?
minute.
dash is a bonus action with step of the wind. So I'm here with him. I'm gonna.
Every square is 10.
Yeah, that's.
Ah,
I'm only 40 feet away from the thing.
Okay.
And then as an action, I cast Cure Wounds and heal him for some points.
So 157.
You're a monk though, eh?
Monk
Oh
cleric.
yeah, that's good. You're good against poison.
I am not.
He cast a spell on me just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get some.
Why are you looking at me?
What do you got, Cure Wounds?
Yeah,
It's 1d8.
You were
Yeah.
looking at me.
Spell casting ability.
yeah. Looking at
So
my.
you're like waiting for some
No.
response.
Let's see how she goes.
Yes.
You're getting the 8 points of health.
8 points?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm at 8.
Yeah.
You awaken?
Yeah.
High
Yeah.
shit.
You awaken on my shoulder.
He's no longer hallucinogenically impacted.
Do I still have like the afterglow of having taken a hallucinogen?
Sure,
Cool.
but there's a lot of pain mixed in there.
You know, I can handle that. Pain is a part of life. Like, you know, that's just one of those things. It's a mental game. I'm okay with it. I feel it. I'm not denying it.
So that's it, guys.
No, I'm on the afterglow of acid.
Oh,
And so it's like, oh, it's cool. Like,
I'm usually like,
it's gonna work out. This is
I took
exactly.
too much.
I know things seem like they're bad, but this is exactly how they were supposed to go. It's just really, this is gonna turn into a good thing for us. I can feel it.
You're
This is-
salving. You're salving on my outfit.
Ah,
Please stop.
sorry.
Gross.
fucking babies.
Like up.
It's a little too intense.
Yep.
And
Yeah, that would be a turn.
it's your turn, and what happens is you hear clicking again. And something. Was ist ein Einrasten?
Like a,
Like
I mean, I know
when something picks and.
like a locking mechanism goes. Sorry.
Exactly, that's what I mean. And where are you?
I'm the closest to the room now because everyone ran away.
No. Ape is also here.
Me and Ape.
Alright. And you can see that inside the room, the gas and the smoke slowly shift and begin to dissipate.
Okay. I don't feel like walking in there immediately. So, how long's that last? 1 hour? Well, since it keeps on happening, I'm gonna cast protection from poison on myself. So I take out my old trusty Das Loot, and actually, yeah. I play it because it makes me feel better.
Nice.
Yeah, like it's
And yeah.
way too cold.
And then I, as my bonus action, I will cast Bardaic Inspiration on Smokeborn.
Like how you want.
That's your
Kind of the
inspiration.
initiative stuff is kind of over now because
What can you use for inspiration?
you're
Wouldn't be at a-
the lifting of the door.
to any D20.
There was a clicking noise
That's
and
pretty fucking
something
good.
fixing, and the smoke and the gas slowly disappear inside the room.
I'm like super like, we're gonna get you out of here. It's all gonna be good. You're not gonna be dying. You're not dying on my watch. We're running away while.
And I'm like, I'm looking back at the gas and I'm like, did the bird dude get a vial of that? I wanna make sure we have some.
Oh my god, we're gonna need some water.
Get
We're gonna fix you. It's all gonna be fine.
I think if he needs a vial, Timmy,
Is
where's
dispersed?
Timmy? Give me some.
Oh, you have light or something,
No,
right?
no.
So you can see.
No.
Then you don't know.
Are we still on initiative?
No,
No.
Okay.
Can we?
So it cleared out again?
it begins to clear out.
Can we take a long rest?
Yes. Take some rest. It's fine. Go sleep.
I guess let's go back here,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
that's
okay.
one way.
I'm gonna get you out of
I'm
here.
gonna.
I'm still an 8, by the way. I'm carrying.
Oh,
all
nice,
these.
nice.
You're
So
not.
that goes very fast.
You're not.
What?
I'm carrying her.
Yeah.
You can carry me.
I come running. I'm way
I'm
quicker
pretty-
than all these. I just like come.
I got
I just,
boys
like,
that
start
are pretty
picking
I
bad.
have 45 feet of movement.
Oh, you have okay. You have 5 feet more than me.
He's
Okay.
fast.
So,
With 10
I'm just carrying danger.
Thank you.
running, you're running from this giant ape while I'm.
I was like, it's not gonna be good, it's not gonna be good.
And I'm so terrifyingly close.
I'm gonna sing to you while we sleep, and then I'll sleep with
So
you.
a long rest, you get all your hit points back, right?
Yeah.
So what do? You go into the vault of the moon and the stars?
Yes, and we settle camp. I'm not gonna take watch
Wait,
this
this
time.
seems like a
Did
secret
we get all our
place.
hit points back when we're in a dungeon taking a long rest, though?
If you get 8 hours sleep, yeah.
Really? Cool. I'm fucking down with that.
Let's see.
Who's taking watches?
Have to be you guys.
Yeah, I do not need this rest.
I need a rest.
I stay as ape as long as I can. I'm really comfortable with this.
Would you like to take the first watch? I might.
You can just sit in front of the door
Yeah.
as this giant
Yeah.
ape, like.
Yeah, sit there.
Nice long rest.
Fucking loving it.
My weapons.
Loving it.
Kind of look like a giant ape.
All
Like
right,
itself
you
is
make yourself comfortable in the vault of the moon and the stars,
Yeah. We are damn
Oh, I used
comfortable.
one.
We-
surrounded by a ring of pillars shaped in the likeness of tree trunks and coiling feathered serpents. On the wall, you
Feathered
see
serpents, yeah.
Makutotnal fighting the wingless dragons, the hero whose bow you received.
And then promptly lost.
Correct.
Oh, no, you're
Correct.
saying it.
I'm gonna get rid of some rations
Oh,
here.
God, yeah.
I'll feed the
Let
crew.
me in a name thing for a second.
Down to
When you're
6.
when you're done.
Yeah,
And,
you should
would you
either eat or drink, otherwise you will get a level of exhaustion at this point.
Yeah, I'm casting create water, so I'm gonna drink something.
Alright.
Yeah,
So I
sit
gave
there
him the
with
scepter and mask. Did I
I
get
think first shift or whatever.
Mhm.
So I identify the scepter and the mask.
You don't discover any magic about them, just that they are very, very worthwhile.
They're very valuable.
Masterwork.
Did I level up? It's more about magical secrets.
Well,
I'm a get
I mean,
a
for
paladin
once,
spell.
I to tease him, I put it in my backpack.
I want to fly griffin.
Very good.
That'd be so good. That I can summon to fight with.
but indeed,
Magically summon.
I'm gonna say
While
I've
the-
returned them.
While the others rest and you look around, you just feel the oppressive heat. And a few times.
Yeah.
Nice.
The water.
The oppressive cold.
Oh,
No, I'm pretty sure you mean the medium because it was hot and then he made it cold, so we got perfect temperature.
And at this
Down, Katy Perry 2007.
over time, the heat returns. The rime from the wall becomes moisture again. And
Oh, it was too cold, but now it's frankly too warm. What is this, Berlin?
and you feel the rocking
Neil
that
Reed.
rocked the complex in indeterminate periods regularly. Something's not wrong in the state of
In this state.
Tanaklan.
Tanaklan.
You are, however, not molested during your 8 hours of
Yeah.
Oh, I
rest.
was about to roleplay something very different.
You did say we were role playing it, right?
Got a little pudding
That's the
pop
right
for you.
word, right?
Yeah, of course. But
Yeah.
it's also a word for.
It's actually has too much of a sexual connotation.
Okay.
You should probably be like attacked or there's nothing happens.
Molested. Like, not like I don't say anything ultra fucking dark all the time, ungame related. Something about the Jews. I looked at the camera for that. No one will ever watch. We don't even post them on
Yeah,
our
we didn't even
Facebook.
even put on Facebook. Sorry.
What? Your rest is over. You awaken.
Trained of skeletons and death all
I turned it.
Oh, hey.
Any
It's
change
like
in
a
spell?
bag.
It's not in my bag.
Did you know? Yes, exactly. Because it's
Did you
Because
go
it's
through your
back
spells?
in the room
Did
where
you rest
found
with
it,
them?
you scoundrel.
Were they cursed?
No.
What
What you
Very valuable.
why did you I don't-
Look at Maz. Look at Maz. They're right here.
Mumbledore, yo, so and so.
Yes. No.
Can I sleight of hand steal it from him?
While he's holding them up, that's just a dexterity check of both of you,
Okay.
wrangling over who gets them.
Pocket magic.
Dexterity check.
I'm a lot taller.
Saving throw, basically?
Disadvantage because he is a lot taller.
If you
Yeah,
wanted
but I've
to
got
be,
climbing.
Ability check.
if you wanted to be like a real life magician, like one without magical powers, would you be a rogue?
Yeah,
With really high sleight of hand.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
That would be awesome to roleplay
I
that.
really love like rolling rogues, but I was thinking like
Pretend you're
Exactly.
you think you're a magic,
Just
like
like
an
a
actual
sheep.
magic user, but all you do is coin tricks and shit.
I prefer a character that thought that was magic.
Yeah.
He was like, you know,
you thought everybody was doing that.
so he comes to like a big city and someone does something actual magical. He's like, oh,
Just prison
this
disappear.
is my life.
Yeah.
I was a virgin until I was 22 because of this. Wow.
Where are your card tricks? Where are your card tricks to deck of many things?
My dexterity.
Pull one of those out on the last game, I thought. I throw the deck in the air.
Yeah, so I got a 13. Oh yeah.
No, should I also do things against you?
Oh, and you failed. So I got the best.
Help. Well, it's not
It was
important
a
here.
critical fail.
You almost died for this. Let him have this.
So look, I think we should prepare for poison this time down the hallway.
What I'm saying is,
I have protection from poison.
starting to feel very
I can cast it for an
Yeah, it's
hour.
bad.
I can cast on you.
Cool. I put the mask on, and I just. What does it look like exactly? Do you have a picture of it?
Is it like the mask from the mask?
No, but it looks much like a face covering made of bronze, and there's malachite, and it covers your eyes. You cannot see through the mask.
Oh,
Then
jeez.
I just put it in my backpack.
Just
Put
wear
it on.
wear it when there's no light anyway.
So it has no way of getting through, but it didn't help me when I was in a room filled with gas. The gas still got.
Well, you put it on you.
Yeah, put it on me. It should've-
I don't think the gas is just breathable, because if we say we hold our breath, that's like a lot of rounds during initiative that you can hold your breath like 2 minutes.
It's not that kind of poison.
Yeah.
It like seeps through your pores.
Yeah. There's never gases that you just breathe in, because they're always just like, I hold my breath and run away.
Well, you should feel refreshed, but you feel hot and, no, not bothered. You feel hot and
you were molested in the night.
sweaty,
I cast
and the air is stale, and from the north you still feel the smell of the carcasses.
Am I water? My mouth is
Yeah.
really high.
Can I use my chill touch just to chill things down?
That's necrotic.
I know.
It's also not chilling. I read you should call that lich slap. Because
it. Me too. What about wearing armor of Agathis, since that's kind of cool?
That would cool you down, sure.
Hours.
Yeah. I'll put armor of Agathis
You know where
on
it's
myself.
probably colder? Downstairs.
What?
The further down
1
we go,
hour.
the cooler it will be. Maybe we should just.
You get closer to the center of the earth, right?
Alright.
That's how it works.
Should we go down the hall?
You can decide where you want to go.
I'll continue going
Down
there.
the corridor or further north, and there decide where to go.
Okay, so here's, I'm just being honest with you guys. I didn't get the rings and stuff, right?
No.
You're saying I took the scepter first.
True.
Okay. So we can go back down this little corridor, which actually makes a lot of sense. Like if you're building a dungeon, you can put the really important shit down a really tiny corridor where nobody can find it, right? Problem is, if you go back down that corridor, there's like rings and shit in there, and I'm gonna want to steal them. So somebody might just, if I close my eyes and just pretend that they're not there, maybe go down that way.
I can
Otherwise-
just carry you and grapple.
I can do a little minor illusion in front of your eyes, and you see like a TV show.
What's TV?
Troglodyte vision. It's a shamanistic thing. It's like
Like the
crystal ball seeing What's that? Scrying.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I think actually this is the better path to go down, but we should go down the stairs too. But we should finish.
You can split up.
No,
That's not.
Let's not split it up.
no, we're safer than that. Especially since we don't have much of tanks except for calling.
Where do you want to go?
I say we go down that. Keep going down that tunnel.
Yeah. We can. I got this grappling hook and rope. We can like try to fish everything out for the first, since we're up pretty early.
Oh, we could hook it all onto the stuff,
Yeah, and like.
and then get in the other room and just pull it in.
Yeah. And then,
And then if they slam shut, it's cool. We
You
just
could
gotta-
also just.
does anybody else have grappling? We can use multiple
What
ropes.
about
and
his
stuff.
mage hand?
Oh yeah.
Mage hand as well.
Yes, but why? Why?
Because
Like,
for the money.
Exactly.
I thought we were
Yeah.
like adventure
Aren't
Indiana
we
Jones.
all independently wealthy?
No.
No. We're poor now. Our
We
ship
we as
together.
a crew are independently wealthy because I do this. This is
Yeah.
what keeps us wealthy. Like you don't
Yeah,
understand.
well, I thought we've come to that
And
point
smoking-
where we don't
and
have to
smoking
bother
weed.
anymore.
No.
Smoking weed has also made us unfathomably wealthy
This is
because the weed
But
is.
so-
But the
yeah,
money wouldn't have
I-
been there without
Exactly.
the weed.
You know what? I like arguing less than this idea. Let's go.
All right. You move down the corridor
Please use the mage hand to get to that.
Yes.
into the damp surroundings.
I am not. Like, can we just go through?
Yeah. Go through the
down
other
into
side.
the darkness.
Then get the mage hand to start grabbing
Or
stuff,
the dark.
and that way if anything happens.
We can also grab the stuff on the way out.
We get the mage hand to bring the grappling hook
Assuming we
over.
come back out this way. Which
Yeah.
we probably will because we're going to go down the stairs.
Yeah, and also maybe we don't know if there's another like way out. I don't want to be trapped on this side of the thing. The only way out is through the chamber for the gas.
Only way out.
So let's do it.
Brilliant. I love it. I mean, the
So
part I
pull it
don't
all
love-
out here.
The only
Yeah,
part I
when we
don't
leave.
love is leaving valuable behind. I know
Because
it's only temporary.
so many
but-
people. Oh,
Okay.
you're afraid.
What if there's a
here?
crazy good magic item there, though?
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Or a boss killer?
Excuse me, are you in the room?
No, we went through the room.
First, put yourself down in the room.
I'm
I just,
not. I'm not going in this
I'm
room
looking
first.
for my.
We're still talking about it. Outside of the room. I don't
I'm
remember
trying-
saying I moved through the
No,
room.
you can be in the room. I just want to say.
Let's
Now,
Before-
the other exit is also open.
No.
Behind the exit, you see another corridor, 10 feet high ceilings, but it's also uncomfortably damp and foul smelling. Like you smelled when you entered the complex, you feel again a whiff of brimstone and ammonia
suppose it's me because I can
coming
see.
from all sides.
Mummies, am I right?
I miss mom. I have to go to Nilrib and go back to the small.
Yeah.
This seems suspicious.
So you enter into another room.
Wait. Did we go in there? Okay.
I'm
It
not
feels
going
safe
that
if you're saying we enter into it without asking
Okay,
us
do
if
you
we
run-
enter into it.
Before anybody goes into the room, who would go into the room? You would go into the room?
I can see in the dark.
Cool. Guidance.
But I was going to say, we should send him first if he has a light. I'm leading because I can see down the hall better, but he can detect
Put
traps and
light,
shit
on
better.
put light on my thing and I'll go in for traps.
Guidance.
Cool.
Inspire.
You are in the next room,
Yes.
and okay. Did you use your inspiration or not?
Yeah.
Okay. You are.
Took me a while, guys, right?
But you can't.
Oh, the other one's
10
fine.
minutes, yeah. We slept.
This dusty room, you see, contains only a 3-foot tall ornate pedestal set against the northern wall. Several objects are neatly arranged on the flat marble surface of the pedestal, around a stone statuette of a hideous 2-headed monster.
Does it look like a demigorgon?
It looks
Does it look like the golem we fought, which resembles a demigod?
no, but it looks like a mixture between a baboon with 2 heads and a kopru,
Like a demigorgon.
having a long
Damn it! Why don't I have my shirt on?
and flaps on his fingers, but still they look like tentacles.
The corporal with the things down there, right? The City of Madness, that were corporal.
Exactly.
Cool.
Okay, so it's like a weird Demigorgon corporate. Must be like its children.
The two mouths, and in between those mouths, a gullet with a long tongue sticking out.
Not rolling for anything specific.
Are you investigating? Or?
No, I'm not rolling for anything specific.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
Roll hit or miss.
I think.
there are items lying around the statue.
Yes. I step out of the room.
I give you guidance, you got this.
I investigate.
Mhm.
I can only use that once, right? But what is guidance?
Lasts for 1 minute, you can use it on every
It's a D4,
skill
right?
check.
You can get the birthday
I can use it on every
inspiration.
Every skill check.
Oh, so I can keep
For
using
1
it.
minute, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, just you.
Oh,
Bard things just
18
once.
that's on the fish. I got an 18 plus 10, I believe. Investigate. 8. 18 plus 8, so 26.
Mm. What you see is a statue, kind of hand-sized, made out of silver. Sitting around it, 5 ivory rhythm sticks, 1 inlaid and bejeweled bowl, a crumbling bamboo flute, and the remains of a feather fan.
Okay. I take the items off the pedestal very gently and replace them with non-valuable objects of the same weight. Damn it. Do the mage hands up.
So you put the rhythm sticks, 5 ivory rhythm sticks in your pocket. Then you take the bejeweled bowl, the inlaid and bejeweled bowl, the crumbling bamboo flute, and the remains of the feather fan. When you remove the statuette, you feel a power coursing through you. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Wisdom saving throw. I got an 11.
Your mind is dazed by the onslaught.
Oh,
You
wait, hold on. I got 16.
Another one? Or do you already use it?
Oh, plus I have bless too.
No, you have guidance.
Bless is
Guidance.
over. Geisen to use for your
He
investigation.
said I could use some guidance for all of them.
For skill checks, not for saving throws.
It's not that, but I still have the bardic inspiration. So 11 plus 5.
Did you roll a d8 there?
Okay.
It is 5.
Okay, then nothing happens.
You fucking lucky I inspired.
But now it's gone.
I tried to drink the microphone.
You
there.
push away the onslaught, whatever.
My mind is strengthened by the gas I had earlier.
Now that's
I
teamwork
just wanted to check if it's still on. Because I was like, wait, dude.
Another light.
Would have been easier. Just use the
Because and it shuts off.
I
After
feel
20 seconds of not being used, it starts to cool down so that it doesn't keep stuff too hot. And then after a minute of being like not moved, it can shut off.
Anything else in this room is just dust.
So I go back to the group and walk through Choden, and I'm like, you might appreciate this. I know it's kind of falling apart, but you like fans. Oh. And I give him the.
Yeah,
And I know it's, like I said, I know it's falling apart, but I thought you might like
a
that.
little ruddy.
And then I go to Smoke Books,
Can I-
Danger, and I'm like,
Can I cast mending on it?
this is
Sure.
also falling apart between
I
our.
do that. It's good again.
What is it, a
Great.
flute?
It's a flute.
The wood looks much better now. The feathers are not there again, but it looks a little sturdier.
What was the flute? Describe it again. I want to read that.
It is a crumbling bamboo flute.
Crumbling.
Can you mend that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Fine.
Can you please mend it?
I would mend the foot as well.
Alright, you How do you do that?
Sing some of the celestial, short casual panda, hold the flute, and I go like this.
Nice.
And I'm hoping it's good again, and like closing my eyes, like, is it good again?
Oh, no,
Is it
large
good
spell.
again?
No!
And it's like crumbling, so a
Wrong
big bunch of dust shoots out.
Well, the
Great.
Morning Lord stands for new beginnings.
Yeah.
The bamboo flute
My hands
is
like glowing
sturdy
white.
again.
Can I play flute? Can I play flute?
And then what was the other thing we had? These
I can
five-
play that motherfucker.
5 ivory rhythm sticks.
Maybe I should wait. Is it magic?
Rhythm sticks.
Five of them, or 5 pairs.
5 ivory rhythm sticks.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Can I have 2 of them? I play drums.
They're not that huge. They're like this.
Yeah, I give him 2 of them.
Oh.
And you get a 2. You didn't get anything else special.
Woo!
3 ivory rhythm 6. 3 ivory rhythms.
Can we check if this
Nice.
shit's magical?
You might want to investigate that.
I mean, the stuff that's just falling
What?
apart is not magic.
What?
Like, the stuff that's falling apart is not magic. Magic items don't.
They don't deteriorate. Okay.
You could use. Well, you. I don't tell you how you can detect magic. How you can detect if anything is magical. But you can.
Let's go on.
What do you do? Where do you want to go?
Further through the room into the next one.
The heroes go further.
Can I play the bamboo flute?
You can. Yeah.
I'm proficient. I don't play it very well. 11.
Can you?
It's a little dusty.
Oh, by the way, August 2nd, Vijay Kannan, Bansuri concert. Everybody invited. That was not. That was actually bamboo flute in here. It's not a plug. Yeah, but still.
Should.
Ask me if you want to come. It's gonna be amazing. So. I have to scroll, right?
Yeah.
You can also, by the way, you can scroll this way. Too. So this, this thing, you can actually push it to either side. So.
My mouse does that. I bought a gaming mouse, but I don't use any of the extra features on it.
Yeah, the scroll right and left is nice for a lot of things. Did he eat something? Yeah, just swallowed it. Oh, nice. Yeah, he is. I can get to it before. I put it up here. Didn't it? What? Like that? Yeah, I picked one up and put it up here. Oh, fuck. You were so quick. Yeah. No, I saw it fall on the ground. I was like,
Swallowed it. The dog's like, what are you I don't got nothing in my mouth.
It was this, right?
Yeah.
He has it's right, so he didn't get
Yeah, but I saw an object fall and a dog nearby, and my first thought is I should get that. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Dog was like, food.
No, because he doesn't fuck.
He looks like he's all spread. He looks like he's a good.
He is.
You look like you are a dumb dog. You might not be, but you don't look like
He's
you are.
so friendly. He's as friendly as he is.
So he's just naive.
What?
He's just naive.
It's not his fault. It's like we bred.
No, he's a dog.
dogs.
Yeah, it's not only like being naive. It's also just like not knowing how stuff works.
Yeah. They don't. There are other dogs that are way
That's
smarter.
what makes them nice.
Yeah.
I read a whole article that said,
Well, of course, because you don't really think that
by
you
breeding
have,
out the aggression and all that, they're like basically the disabled.
Well, it's like having a lobotomy,
There is a syndrome actually in humans that makes kids mentally disabled, but very, very empathetic and sweet. And they say it's similar. You enter the damn corridor. And you walk in line, I guess. You all walk around the corner.
Cautiously.
At this point,
Stealthily.
the ground shifts beneath your feet.
What's going on?
Your weight is too much. You hear a crack and fall through the floor.
Oh, damn.
Do a dexterity saving throw. Oh, yes.
You should have been investigating along the way. Hello. Oh, yes. Nat 20.
19.
21.
Also 21.
Also 21.
I can drink. And
Did you all get
stay.
20 or something?
I got 19.
Yeah, I got.
I only had
I got
13,
14,
but you know.
All right, you all take 2 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall,
No, it's no fall.
I stubbed my toe!
except for you.
I have second story. You can climb back up.
I can jump actually, probably.
Probably. That depends on how far we go.
Yeah.
But 2 is keep it up.
How far we
You
fall?
find yourselves in a chamber beneath the rotted floor in a water. This partially flooded chamber seems to be an ancient interrogation chamber, complete with bronze chains and shackles and a stone table with a gutter. The 15-foot high ceiling is badly cracked and glistens with moisture.
Not looking. Not looking. What's that stuff? I can't tell.
Ooh, that's cool.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, it's getting in there. Almost there.
More papers, please. Like a smoker. I have to.
I don't know what happened to my item list either. If I left it in prisons or where that is. So, but you have the evidence?
Who that is?
Who that is? Oh, wow. Maybe my tobacco.
Tabasco.
We got tobacco plants outside.
I grew them also
no,
once
actual
because they smell good and they don't.
Tobacco?
No, I
Tobacco
thought
doesn't smell nice.
the flowers allegedly.
No, they give like no smell.
Yeah.
They're virtually scentless in the sense it's there. It's not.
Well, friends, you find yourself in an old interrogation chamber. The water slushing around your feet.
Splash.
You feel several fish bumping occasionally against your feet,
I go fishing.
much like this thing.
It's like Zelda.
Ah, yes.
Should we all just fly back up?
I know.
So
Yeah, we can go.
you can see in front of you there's these cells, right?
Yes.
Climb.
6 cells.
Sickle cells.
The water is about 4 foot deep.
Rice would be drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just lift you up.
It's difficult terrain.
Can I climb back up now?
Sure.
Like, how far is it up?
20 feet.
I can jump up there. Probably not. Maybe.
How far does your mage hand go?
Do you want to spin it on something? 60 feet.
Send it up and tie a rope. And we can
Okay,
just climb up with the rope.
Yeah.
I mean, I can climb up usually.
There's also an exit to this room. You can decide where you want to go.
We want to go back up so that you have to switch the screen again.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. It's your decision, friends.
I like this plan.
You like this? You prefer the water?
No, let's go up.
Okay. Well, my mate. Oh,
Each for the dog or was it?
no, this was mine.
Oh.
Yeah. Is it that one over there?
Does it belong to anybody? That's
I don't know. Give whatever you want, but I don't think I have anything like that. I mean, I have wine bottles that are hanging around. Wine bottle. Walk it out. And there might be a wine bottle in the glass thing too in the kitchen.
Did he tell us why he has the dog there?
No, I assumed he was just dog sitting.
Me? No, I'm just dog sitting.
You give me beer? Yeah.
Well, it's very dark.
That's
And the water, 4 foot deep.
Well, I'd like to, I think we should climb back up and then keep going. We go slowly and investigate, see what goes. Hold our weight and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure the stairs that we saw going down would just lead us back down here anyway.
oh yeah.
You know? We can like come back and come back down this way. But to get back up, because whatever was further down that hallway is probably delicious. Exactly.
Treasure-licious. We like the treasures.
Anybody without a climbing speed, however, will need to perform a check if they want to go there unaided.
I mean, we can always.
I'm just gonna wait, yeah. Do I have climbing? How's it work? I'm a jack of all trades.
I'm climbing is,
That is athletics.
yeah.
I'm not very strong. I have plus
Did
one.
you figure it out? See? I told you. What did I do? Oh, there's a bottle right there. Totally, that's my water bottle. Look at that. It wasn't even thinking. Just,
Did Dingens go to the loo? Okay, well, I might also go, and then we'll continue.
lovely.
Nice. Are we still transferring properly?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It says 56 kb a second. So.
Fast.
So.
Get that red.
Oh, we're back to green.
Green,
I'm
red.
red.
Oh, there's an orange.
Oh, and we're ready to go. Do I have my no? Don't have my thing
Do
on.
you like the screen? I think it's working.
Yeah, that's great. I don't see anything. It gives you the opportunity to roll like in plain sight without having to write that wrong. Is that it? That's it. That's my list. I need to pick up one of my doses right there. Oh, we did. But I have the center. And I have the mass.
Where'd that guy come from? I never saw that one.
That's cool. Oh, yeah.
I never seen that. That's not mine.
It's not mine. Somebody bring their own miniatures?
Maybe it's Corey's.
I don't know.
Like maybe, maybe.
Are they fucking in there?
What happened with this happened?
This back. Who that is?
Oh, maybe it's what that is. Or maybe Harper.
So we're thinking about the chords. We played the big ones.
And what have it in game?
No, the other one. Well, I guess.
What have it in game? Anything happened in game or?
So nothing really. We just decided we were talking about it. It makes sense to go back up. My thought is the stairs that we saw leading down would eventually lead us down into this room regardless. The stuff that we haven't seen yet up there probably is good here. You know?
You know?
Yeah, now. Is that what you're saying?
Now you know.
Washing machine going or something?
Yeah.
Because it's like an earthquake simulator in there.
Yeah.
Earthquake simulator.
They must be.
Look, I was in an earthquake once, not to brag, and it felt exactly the same.
I will brag. Yeah,
Must have been scary.
Oh, I was too small, I thought.
How old? You've been in one?
I was in Crete, and they had an earthquake. But I almost didn't notice, except some doors were opening and closing. And my parents told me that all the Greek employees ran out and the tourists stayed.
Yeah, because they're
Only
like,
one
these
cleaning
buildings don't come to fucking standards.
Only the cleaning lady told the people to leave. I like that
I
lady.
was in one in New Zealand.
Oh,
Really intense, but really short. It was just like one giant shake, basically.
an earthquake, yeah.
Yeah, there's a line. They have earthquakes all the time. They have so many earthquakes that they actually they have building codes of nothing can be made out of brick. Everything has to be made out of wood. One of the old buildings was just brick. They basically just lifted it up and put it on the springs. They constantly have earthquakes. And then I was in St. Louis, Missouri, and there was an earthquake somewhere in the Midwest.
Oh, so they do have something.
Yeah, but it wasn't. But the earthquakes aren't from there. It's just that you felt it from,
So not even that Missouri.
Yeah, it was.
Missouri.
It was. Missouri. That one lasted for like a minute and a half, but it wasn't very intense. But it was just this constant. I could hear it woke me up, and then the windows were shaking. Just hear this rattling in the window.
And this is what you feel
I kept trying.
in this complex. Intermittent interruptions by eruptions.
Where we are right now.
Are you rapping?
Throughout the whole complex, but also where you
That
are
was a good line.
currently.
Yeah, nice.
I was misspeaking, but fixing it. Is that how rapping works?
Oh, I'm just speaking, but I'm
Sometimes,
fixing.
Cool. So I think we should climb back up. I'm gonna climb up with my second story work and again, put in the pipe and whatever necessary to help these guys with the ropes. And then I just say, whoever's last up, make sure you grab the pipings with you.
Right, and let me get up and switch.
Are pipings reusable?
Because it's just a big piece of steel.
Yeah, but the whole point is to get them in the snow. I guess you could just pull them out. Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's in the last position. Oh.
Huh?
What are you farting?
He's not waiting for me.
He's helping me.
What are you farting?
And action.
So, we are back here.
Why don't we just move this?
You know what? I think we should go back down.
Yeah, let's go back downstairs.
Let's split up. One up and one.
Yeah.
Let's split up 4 ways.
Exactly. One person goes up and to the right, one person goes up and to the left, one person stays down and goes through. The other person just sits in the water.
No one look. Well, you come out here on the other side.
Nice.
The hole's still underground.
So I'd like to investigate
The way forward?
yes. Should I just constantly roll investigation checks?
Roll once.
I got a natural 20.
Nice.
And
So
plus
that just
8 to
that is
investigate.
constant roll.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So I just roll
Perfect
once, and
amount.
that's, yeah. I have 28.
Get out your magnifying glass and cool detective hat.
I already have the pipe.
Motherfucking Holmes. Yeah.
Actually, that pipe broke today.
Walk until the base. There's a spring. Continue to walk.
Well, I assume I have the glowing dagger, correct?
In front of you, you see what was once a makeshift wall that had been breached from the way forward towards you. Behind it, a flight of stairs
knew this guy was doing the metal hands.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's awesome.
So, what'd you say? There's a set of stairs.
Breached wall, behind it a set of stairs, and the corridor continues underground.
Where's the stairs go? They go up or down?
Like a few steps down.
Down, but towards the path.
Look, this is the whole.
I see this. I see this. These are just a couple of steps
this
down.
is the whole of the flight of stairs, and then the cup.
Ah, okay, cool. Okay, gotcha. So I keep going forward. Do I investigate again?
Mhm.
Yes.
You bend the corner,
Ah, all of them.
and in front of you, see any. I think I made a big mistake there. No, I did not. Or did I? Yes, I did. Let's see. That is now very much an impossibility. You don't know that this is there.
Okay.
You just put a single piece of little cutout paper.
I don't.
There ain't nothing there.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay.
This is very damaging, but let's
There's
go
a
on.
secret room around us.
My spine senses
So what's this gray blob that's in front of me? Or is that
First of all, there's a big room.
what's the gray blob? And just a path forward.
Let me tell you.
Blob.
A blazing fire burns on the rectangular hole in the 60-foot tall ceiling of this large chamber. Just north and south of the entrance, flights of stairs lead up to balconies that run along the room's sides at a height of 15 feet. Wooden doors are set into the far walls of both balconies. A man-sized stone visage, its mouth agape, serves as the entrance to a passage beyond. This is where you come in, the mouth. The face has been badly cut and defaced.
Wait, so
Face has been
all of it, like there's a fight in the middle, or?
You are walking through a gigantic face into the main chamber.
So I would like to investigate and I go forward.
As you step a few steps closer, you smell fresh blood.
Anybody getting hungry?
And
No!
in front of you, laid out on the ground, dead lizard folk and dead skinwalkers. They litter this main chamber. Some have been hit by arrows. Some have been cut down by what looks like extremely sharp blades. All of them dead. This is now a tomb.
Can I tell how long it is?
Don't do anything this time. Let me speak with the dead. Now, do any of these look like they would speak common?
The lizard folk are not dressed like normal lizard folk. They were wooden holy symbols of the Morning Lord.
Morning Lord.
Yeah, talk to them.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to a lizard folk. I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead.
I'm gonna give you guidance.
I'm gonna make sure one, it has a mouth.
Okay.
Because it actually talks to me. It's not like telepathic or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just, it comes alive, kind of, and it can just talk to me. So it can talk to you guys too,
So you
actually.
pull it out of like the
We can
astral
ask it-
plane, basically, and put its soul temporarily back
Yeah.
into its physical form.
Some semblance of life and intelligence. I can ask it 5 questions. the corpse only knows what it knew, including the language that it knew.
See, so stealing the scepter and stuff beforehand makes total sense because it wouldn't know after they're dead. But like,
You see one entrance on the far side to the bathrooms. And in the middle, lying around what used to be a big fireplace, and there's still fish-based meals cooking on the fire. But also some what looks like human limbs.
nobody's getting hungry. It's just me.
Oh, can I have one?
Only you.
But the fire is almost died out, even,
So this is recent.
Oh, it's
even
legit
though
man
its
alive.
size was tremendous. The fire
thing.
is almost out.
Can I ask, like, is he alive?
Who do you pick?
Do I find a human head? Humans, I think, would speak more common.
There is a human head. In a side, there's a big container with human limbs, and one of them is a human head. Other than that, lying around you is dead lizard folk and dead skin.
What do you guys think? Maybe one of these lizards?
Yeah, are you sure?
Try a lizard. Try a lizard.
All right. They all look the same to you.
Face is fucked.
Tell me what you do when you cast the spell.
I take out a piece of incense. I kind of sit in a squat position beside it. And I put out a piece of incense and I light it up. We're in no rush. I'm not even going to use it as an action, but it is an action. And
Was it a die? No.
I put my head down and start uttering crazy shit and like waving my hands around. The smoke kind of bellows into the thing's mouth and then it
You summon the animating force of the lizard folk. Goro.
Hello.
Ignores you.
what happened here?
Licht ist stuck. Dunkelheit.
Fuck. I don't speak.
Wait a minute. I can hear it, right? Comprehend language.
You speak Draconic? Oh, correct.
Yeah, nice. I was gonna say someone
Oh, is
else.
it draconic?
It is Draconic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, draconic. This guy. What did he say?
So we get a translator.
It says, I don't understand.
And then I say, what happened here?
It doesn't answer to you. Looks to me.
Tell me how to say it.
Oh,
Yeah, I just say it slowly. Does that still count as my first?
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
No, second. You
Damn
asked
it.
what it was. What am I saying?
What? Asked what it was?
You asked what happened.
Yeah.
Now it understood.
So it's my son. 3 left.
The answer is Rissa stuck.
Oh my god, you can auto-translate.
That's the name if you remember.
Oh shit, sorry. I don't.
Rissa stuck. Sent us.
What happened?
We died fighting the skinwalkers.
Alright, we got 2 questions left. What do you guys think?
Is our all the skinwalkers dead? Is there anyone here
I'll
still?
be honest, I was putting some pipe weed in my pipe, so I wasn't really paying attention. What were the first 2 questions?
What happened? It just basically explained basically the scene of the room to us. So we have
So
a good
what we
hunch
kind
of
of already figured out. You should ask him what's the most important piece of information he needs to convey that.
What are we looking for here? Like, but like, what are we looking for here? Well,
I just want to see if there's anything left in here that is going to attack us.
What happened to the skin?
They said they fought each other.
but like, do we know like was this a place of lizard folk and they defended it against the skinwalkers?
No, yeah, the lizard folk came and attacked
What's
here.
the name of the guy?
Wisserstock.
The Reichstag is
Richard?
Der Reichstag.
the Reichstag is attacked.
So what? Why did they attack?
But I'm just like for
You know
us
why?
right now, it's just like is there anything